It's the Carter Man, and I have a special message today, okay? Believe it or not, it's not even political. It's not even political. It is actually humanitarian. It's humanitarian, okay? Now, where to start? Where to start? All right, I'm going to start with the picture, okay? I'm going to start with the picture. It's a picture that I found shocking, okay? I found shocking, and I have a feeling that if you saw it, you did too. So brace yourself, because I'm going to show it to you again. Okay, here we go, here we go. Yeah. That was Bill Clinton when he made the statement, well, ironically, while campaigning for Kamala Harris, that essentially she was responsible for the death of Riley, if you recall, the young girl who was murdered by the criminal illegal alien because Kamala and Toxic Joe didn't screen any of the 15 million they let in. Pretty shocking statement, but even more shocking to me was Bill. Okay? Now, you know, you're probably like me. And when he was president, you didn't like his policies, you know, and, you know, he was a little too slick, you know, Slick Willie. But none of us ever denied he was likable. I remember the only thing Hillary ever said, ever, that I ever agreed with, was Bill's the kind of guy that if you tell him you like his tie, he'll take it off and give it to you. And I think that's true about Bill Clinton. I think it's probably true then, it's probably still true now. But that picture is shocking. It's almost horrifying, okay? Now, look, I'm not saying I have discovered the fountain of youth. I'm 78 years old. That's the bottom line, okay? I am not Ponce de Leon. Oh my God, come on. You know, I would hope that most 78-year-olds look a little more like me and a lot less like poor Bill. So what the hell happened? Well, I'm going to tell you. And you know, sometimes these videos find their way into strange places, and I hope with this one, I sincerely hope this. One of those strange places is Bill Clinton's hands, okay? Because Bill, for God's sake, eat some red meat, okay? You know, I did a little research on red meat here, and important for the elderly. I mean, this is what the research shows, okay? Leucine, amino acids that build skeletal muscle. There's a guy devoid of skeletal muscle. Helps with vitamin B12, can lead to better memory, hearing, the works. You may recall, as I do, a little over a decade ago, maybe longer now, Bill's idiot daughter, okay? Bill's idiot daughter convinced him to become a vegan. And I swear to God, from that moment on, you could trace the guy's deterioration, okay? She told him, don't eat any red meat, and Bill ended up like that, okay? Okay? Bill, your daughter's an idiot. Your daughter is a bona fide idiot. She is a radical liberal. Let me put it this way, Bill, okay? Never take advice on longevity from someone who is pro-death, okay? See, it would seem kind of axiomatic to me, but evidently it wasn't to Bill. If you have a daughter who is zealous about killing babies, who worships at the throne of Moloch, okay, who takes joy in, by God, like necrophilia or something, don't take her advice on how to extend your life, okay? makes sense? Does that make sense? Okay? Am I way off base here? You know, don't turn to a piker like me to tell you how to fish, or hunt. Don't turn to my wife, who's incredibly talented, but as an auto mechanic, okay? She thinks if you open the hood, the engine gets a disease. And Bill, you don't turn to a death obsessor, okay, who runs around chortling over 70 million slaughtered babies to tell you how to live your life. Okay? Bill, look, here you go. Here you go. I'm going to give you some life-saving advice. You can pick these up, okay, for probably about, I think, $3.98 at your local supermarket. It's called red meat. See the word there? Salisbury steak. Salisbury steak. And I think you may live a couple more years if you go grab one of those, and when your wicked wife or your crazed daughter see them, tell them to leave the room if they don't like it. They don't have to stay around and watch. As a matter of fact, if I were you, I'd prefer they didn't, so you can enjoy it a little bit. But for God's sake, Bill, we may not have agreed with you politically, but most of us kind of liked you, and we'd like to see you stay around a little longer. So jettison the daughter, and probably the wife as well, so you don't have her screeching in your ear when you're trying to eat some red meat. That's it, folks. Nothing, I told you, nothing political. Just the fact that, we conservatives are humanitarians. And that's one human whose life we can save. So if you see him, tell him, Bill, head to the steak counter in the local supermarket and gobble it down. Let's do this thing.